Welcome back to another video. I'm posting another day in a row because I said whenever the other video gets 100 views that I would post the dyno video that everybody's been asking me about dyno numbers. So here it is. So I hope you guys enjoy it. But I really wanted to shout out Alan who helped me tune. I'll put his Instagram in the link below at Lucifer_twin turbo. He's my main man. He helps me tune. He did most of the tuning at Hawks on the dyno. Here you're about to see. I kind of watched a little bit and learned. Things just weren't adding up, so I needed some help and I reached out to him. So thanks again, Alan. I really appreciate it. Thanks to Drew for hanging out and helping me gap spark plugs and change everything out, and Jason for helping us get it together. Hawks for allowing me to come up there and rent the dyno, and anybody else who's been involved in this build. So I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you enjoy the action. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I got something really cool to show you guys. We're going to take the old Mach 1 to Hawks Motorsports. I went ahead and picked up some spark plugs. So I'm going to drive the car out there, and then I'm going to change one of the easiest spark plug to get to, and then we're going to put it on the dyno and make a pull, cut it off, and check the timing mark, because I really just need to make sure the timing on wide open throttle is dialed in. Old school way to do it, but it's tried and true, so that's what we're going to do. So if you're new here, just a little overview of what's done to the car. I've got a ported blower. It's Eaton Swap. The bottom end is stock. So from there, I've got the upgraded fuel system for later down the road. Stock upper pulley, lower pulley is a Metco 2-pound lower. I have the AFCO heat exchanger and the dual fans that go with that, and cold air intake, and T56 swap. Also, the car is on Holley EFI, so that's what I'll be tuning on today and trying to dial the car in. Today, we have some really awesome weather. We get safely to the dyno on the drag radials they got on. They're not like hardcore drag radials, but they've had a few burnouts done on them. As you can see from the last video, got TJ's car here. We're gonna be doing the wiring the nitro system up on it. So I haven't had time off since the last video, so I haven't done anything on the car. But we'll be getting it done. I probably won't film a whole lot of that. So if you made it this far, make sure you scroll down, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn the notification bell on so you can stay up to date with all the new content that comes out. Just not a whole lot here lately, but I'm working on it, guys. So stay pretty busy between full-time job and filming videos and family stuff and all that good stuff. But I appreciate everybody who watches, so thank you, and we'll see you when we get to the dyno.
All I can tell y'all is that it's about to go down.
So the car made good power on the first pull. It made 424 horsepower and 385 foot-pounds of torque. But as you can see, at about 4,600 RPM, it dips down in power, and then again at 6,100 RPM. So whenever you move on to the data log, you can see that there's spikes in the AFR, in the air-fuel ratio. So we suspected that something's wrong, so we added a little bit of fuel in those areas, and then we went ahead and ran it a second time. So I couldn't really hear it breaking up from in the car, but when I rewatched that video of the first pull, I could really hear it breaking up, and then the second pull, it wasn't as bad, but I still knew it was breaking up again. So we decided to go ahead and gap the spark plugs a little bit tighter. What we suspected was that it was spark plug blowout. So it made about the same power, it made like 10 more horsepower on the second pull, but it still dipped down at about 6,000 to 6,400 RPM. It was breaking up again. So we gapped the spark plugs tighter, and then we go from there to see what it does from there. So just as we suspected, it was spark plug blowout. So I had originally gapped the spark plugs at 0.28. So we tightened them up to 0.23, and that cleaned up everything. It didn't break up anymore. It actually made a little bit more power than before, as it should have. And as you can see in the dyno graph, everything is clean. Power curve looks good. Torque curve looks good. AFRs turned out looking good in the data log. So I don't need to post them here, but I was really happy with how it worked. So we went ahead and decided to clean up a little bit of the tip end, and then add a little bit of timing to see how it liked it. And you'll see in the next clip. All right, guys, so we're out at the dyno. We just made, I think, 3 pulls, and we made 440 and 440 horsepower and 400 torque. So we made 439 at 6,300 and 405 at 4,400. She's making good power. We're gonna make a couple changes. We need more timing. 500. So this was a spark plug from this pull, and we didn't wipe it off here. We wanted to see what the timing mark looked like, and Alan wanted to see what it looked like before we wiped off the strap and then after we did, which these iridium plugs are not easy to read. So I don't really recommend iridium for doing dyno pulls, but everything looked good. The fueling looks good on them. So onto the dyno graph, it ended up making 443.9 horsepower and 404 foot-pounds of torque. This was awesome, but it's not worth running all the time on the timing, so we took that degree back out since it only made 5 more horsepower. So we took that out and we ran it one last time and added a little bit of fuel, and you'll see on the next clip. So this is the 5th and the final pull of the day. We ran 4th and 5th pulls practically about 10 minutes in between. Didn't really let the blower get to cool down a lot. Trying to squeeze in 2 pulls in 1 hour of the last hour we had on the dyno rental. So everything ran strong. The final pull numbers was 436 horsepower and then 401 foot-pounds of torque. So I'm very satisfied with how the car ran, and I'm just really proud of everything that we did. Really appreciate everybody's help. So as far as the data log goes, the car. So for all the number nerds out there that are interested in this kind of thing, looking at the data log, this last pull was made starting out with an intake air temperature of about 115 degrees, and it ended up at about 113, so it kind of cooled down. And but I'm in the efficiency range of the blower. So the starting timing was 14.7 degrees of timing, and then the final timing was 16.2 at wide open throttle, or 16.1 at wide open throttle. We were targeting 11.3 air to fuel ratio, and we ended up at 11.4 with a closed loop compensation of 0%. So hands down, my man Alan killed it. We ran 9 pounds of boost, and the car ran strong. Really proud of it. Thank you guys for watching. Whew, I am beat, but I'm back to the house. She made good power. She made 444.9, 445 on that was at 9.5, I believe 9.5 pounds of boost. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that video. It was a blast. I can't thank my buddy Alan enough, and Drew, both of them coming up there and helping me out. Thanks to Hawks Motorsports for letting me come put it on the dyno, and Jason helped out. A whole lot too, getting us on the dyno, showing us how to use it and whatnot. So until next time,